Understanding anxiety begins with acknowledging its prevalence and impact. Millions of people worldwide experience anxiety in its many forms. It does not discriminate based on age, background, or circumstance. It can arise from specific stressors, such as work, relationships, or change, or it can persist as a general feeling of unease that seeps into daily life. While anxiety may feel overpowering at times, it's important to remember that the human mind and spirit possess a remarkable capacity for adaptation and growth. At the heart of this capacity lies resilience, the ability to withstand, adapt to, and recover from stress and adversity. Building resilience is not about erasing anxiety, nor is it about pretending to be immune to stress. Instead, it's a process of learning to navigate anxiety more effectively, finding ways to manage distress, and cultivating emotional strength. The journey toward resilience involves self-awareness, intentional practice, and compassion, both for yourself and for others. To begin, understanding your personal triggers is a foundational step. Triggers can be thought of as specific situations, words, or environments that reliably provoke anxious feelings. Keeping a journal of your experiences can provide valuable insight. You might ask yourself, when does anxiety commonly arise? Are there patterns to your cycles of worry or stress? As you reflect on these questions, patterns may begin to emerge, allowing you to anticipate and address anxiety before it escalates. Once triggers are identified, mindfulness becomes a powerful tool for resilience. Mindfulness is the practice of being present and fully engaged with the current moment, without judgment. This practice allows you to observe your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations as they are, acknowledging their presence without becoming overwhelmed by them. Incorporating brief periods of mindfulness meditation into your daily routine can help anchor you during times of distress. Even a minute or two of focused breathing or body scanning can interrupt spiraling thoughts and instill a sense of calm. Breathing techniques further reinforce resilience. When anxiety strikes, the body reacts as though it's under threat, triggering symptoms such as rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, and muscle tension. Controlled breathing exercises, such as diaphragmatic breathing or the 4-7-8 method, can signal to your nervous system that you are safe. For instance, inhaling slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, holding your breath for 7 seconds, and exhaling gently through your mouth for 8 seconds can help shift your body out of a state of panic and into one of relaxation. With practice, these techniques become instinctual responses to the onset of anxiety. Resilience is also built on the strength of healthy routines. Consistency in daily habits, such as getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, and engaging in regular physical activity, creates a stable foundation for mental health. Physical well-being is deeply interconnected with emotional resilience. Exercise, in particular, releases endorphins that act as natural mood elevators. Activities need not be vigorous. Even a daily walk can provide significant benefits. Equally important is cultivating a network of social support. Meaningful connections with friends, family, or members of a support group play a critical role in resilience. Sharing concerns with someone you trust not only provides perspective, but also reminds you that you are not alone in your struggles. Human connection is a protective factor against the isolating effects of anxiety. As social beings, we thrive in environments where support is mutual and understanding is present. Self-compassion is another pillar of emotional strength. When faced with anxiety, it's easy to fall into self-critical patterns, questioning your abilities, blaming yourself for perceived weaknesses, or comparing yourself unfavorably with others. Instead, self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. This means acknowledging your difficulties, allowing yourself to feel without judgment, and recognizing that struggles are a universal part of being human. Self-compassionate practices, such as writing affirming notes to yourself or engaging in activities that bring you comfort, reinforce resilience in subtle but profound ways. Another key component of resilience is cognitive reframing. Anxiety often distorts perception, magnifying worst-case scenarios or fixating on potential pitfalls. Cognitive reframing is the process of consciously challenging these negative thought patterns and replacing them with more balanced perspectives. When a troubling thought arises, ask yourself, is this fear based on facts, or is it an exaggerated possibility? What evidence supports or contradicts my worry? Am I underestimating my ability to cope? Over time, this mental practice can weaken anxiety's grip, making way for more adaptive thinking. Developing realistic, achievable goals can also foster a sense of mastery in the face of anxiety. Break down larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate progress. Even the smallest wins count. Accomplishing tangible goals, no matter how modest, instills confidence and demonstrates that action is possible, even amid uncertainty. Each completed step becomes a building block for greater resilience. Embracing flexibility is a cornerstone of adaptability. Life's unpredictability is a source of anxiety for many, yet the ability to adapt to change is what sets resilient individuals apart. This doesn't mean relinquishing all control, but rather acknowledging that not everything will go as planned, and that you have the capacity to respond in a flexible, resourceful manner. Ask yourself, how can I adjust my expectations? What alternative paths are available? Cultivating adaptability lets you turn potential setbacks into growth opportunities. Resilience also involves recognizing when professional help is needed. Anxiety that becomes persistent, intense, or interferes with daily living can benefit from the guidance of a trained therapist or counselor. There is strength in seeking support, and therapy can provide specific tools tailored to your unique situation. Evidence-based approaches, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, have proven effective in managing anxiety and strengthening coping strategies. Another practical strategy is the cultivation of gratitude. While it may seem counterintuitive in periods of distress, intentionally focusing on positive aspects of your life, even small ones, can shift your attention away from anxiety's grasp. Keeping a gratitude journal, noting a few things each day that bring you contentment or joy, changes the mental landscape from one of scarcity and fear to one of abundance and hope. Limiting exposure to sources of stress is equally important. In an age of constant connectivity, it is easy to be overwhelmed by news cycles or social media comparisons. Setting boundaries around how much and when you engage with stressful content allows your mind necessary space to recover. Allocate specific times to check news or messages, and prioritize activities that nourish rather than drain your well-being. Creative expression offers another avenue for resilience. Artistic activities such as drawing, playing music, writing, or crafting can serve as outlets for anxiety, providing both distraction and a means of processing emotions. Engaging in creative pursuits taps into the human drive for expression and meaning, offering new perspectives on familiar challenges. Nature can serve as a powerful buffer against anxiety. Time spent outdoors, whether in a park, garden, or simply under the open sky, can have immediate calming effects on the mind and body. Studies show that even brief exposure to nature can lower stress hormones and restore a sense of balance. Learning to accept uncertainty is perhaps one of the most challenging yet empowering aspects of resilience. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of life, but anxiety often exaggerates the discomfort it brings. Shifting your focus from needing certainty to building confidence in your ability to cope, no matter what occurs, is a transformative step. Remind yourself of previous challenges you have navigated successfully, even when outcomes were unclear. Meaning and purpose also contribute to emotional strength. Engaging in activities that align with your values, helping others, volunteering, or pursuing personal growth cultivates a deeper sense of purpose. When actions are tied to something larger than yourself, resilience is bolstered by the knowledge that you are contributing to your community or to causes you believe in. It's essential to approach your progress with patience. Building resilience is not instantaneous. It is an ongoing journey, filled with both setbacks and victories. The commitment to strengthening your ability to face anxiety is, in itself, a powerful act of courage. Resilience is not a trait that few possess. It is a skill that can be developed by anyone, at any stage of life. Its cultivation takes time, intention, and practice. Each strategy, no matter how small, adds to a growing toolkit you can rely on during moments of anxiety. By fostering self-awareness, embracing mindfulness, seeking connection, practicing compassion, and remaining open to learning, you transform adversity into a catalyst for growth. In facing anxiety, remember that resilience is not about never feeling fear or distress. It's about discovering you have the resources within to navigate these emotions and to emerge from challenges with newfound strength. With practice and support, you can build resilience, manage anxiety, and step forward with confidence, knowing that emotional strength is not only possible, but within your reach. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to subscribe us.